Hello and welcome back to the Triple Crown Wargaming studio with me, the Duke, and him, the Chieftain. And this is about a week. Well, we're about a week after the May GT, 2023 GT. It will come out a week and a bit after.
Yeah, it was last weekend for us.
Yes, it will be about a week and a half ago for you guys watching this, if you watch it as it comes out. And basically, we want to just go through the top 3 lists, some very different lists, actually. 3 different factions. A faction that has won it before, but one that hasn't won it before, but has come in the top 3 before, coming in second.
Yep, and then one that's just out of the world comer.
Yeah, which I'm sure we've had.
Yeah, because Chris House.
Yeah, we have had them come top 3 as well. So yes, but yeah, a returning winner faction wise, not so much person wise though.
Ooh.
New person winning, but we are going to start off with 3rd place and then work our way up. So in 3rd place we have Steve David Trigg's Wood Elves. These were a big plus. These were a plus 10.
Yeah, he went for the big one.
The big one.
El Primo plus.
Steve does like, I think it's fair to say, bringing a big plus or plus 10 lists. I think I've only ever seen him bring big plus lists.
I've only ever seen him bring plus 10s.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him bring anything else.
So it's a Highlander list, it's worth saying. Starting off with a Tree Man Ancient, level 4 on life as his general. He's got a Branch Wraith. Nestor and Arahan on Kevin Har, the Welsh Dragon.
The Welsh Dragon. Never forget
it. We've got 20 Dryads with a Branch Nymph, 20 Glade Guard with Full Command, Gleaming Pennant, and Hagbane Tips for those poison arrows. 5 Glade Riders with Musician Standard and Starfire Shafts, so they're the +1 to wound, Forces of Destruction, and Flaming Arrows.
The better of that one, or the Moon Fire.
Moon Shot, something like that.
Something like that. Same moon. Moon same.
Moon something. So that's his core. Special, there's 10 Deepwood Scouts with a Standard Bearer and Poison Arrows as well, Hagbane Tips. 5 War Dancers, just a bit of chaff in there, nice and cheap, and they're a plus. And then a Young Fire Dragon and a Great Black Dragon from Monsters Compendium.
The Triple Dragon, baby.
It is a Triple Dragon list. A Triple Dragon plus 10 Highlander list.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yes, leaves us with some thoughts going forward, certainly. But Steve was actually kind enough to send us sort of his thoughts on what he wanted each of the things in the list to do. So we'll go through those quickly. So obviously the Tree Man is his big sort of anvil. It's stubborn. He's got a decent save.
3 up save, toughness 6.
Yeah.
6 up war save. 5
wounds.
5 wounds.
Might be 6 for an ancient.
Might be 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because a flaming cannonball will only kill it half the time.
Yeah, but it'll do that on 5 wounds as well.
There's that as well.
Yeah. It's 5 or 6 wounds.
Yeah.
It's and obviously Law of Life, so he can heal himself up. And make him tougher and give him regen.
I think it's the only law he can take.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
But yeah, I think like Durfing can take beast, but that's about
random. Yeah, so he's obviously can heal himself. He can also heal the dragons.
Yeah, he can with life bloom.
The life bloom, the attribute. The Branch Wraith in there is another option for dwellers. She's actually a wizard as well. The sisters on their dragon are there for that sort of counter charge option. It's a middle dragon. It's a 6s dragon.
Yeah, it's a forest dragon. It's forest dragon.
And they've also got a lot of additional sort of poison shots from I think Arahan. I think it's that sister that's got the 2d6 strength 2 poison shots. I think.
I can never remember which one's which.
Yeah, and then Estra's got like a sort of pseudo bolt thrower / cannon thing.
I know they mix up. I know the one with the white hair is the evil one, and the one with the black hair is the good one. They mix it around like that a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember reading the army book at that point.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of them's got like the cannonball, the bolt thrower cannonball.
Yeah, it's a weird combination.
Yeah. Which, to be honest, is quite terrifying.
It's not bad, yeah. And I found that actually playing on Take the Crown. That's what it's called. He called it Loose Warhammer. Wrong video. With Charlie a little while ago actually, that they are tricky to deal with because of their whole entwined destinies. Can't remember if that's the name of the rule. Something like that.
Which you'll see if you're watching this at the time of release. You'll see that this weekend.
You will.
And little spoiler. Who's there? What army they're taking?
It's Wood Elves. It's got sisters. Sticking with the poison theme, the Glade Guard and the Scouts both having those poison arrows. Mainly the idea being to take out sort of the stuff that threatens the dragons. So artillery being the main one, other dragons potentially. They're all armor piercing, so knocking a bit off that armor save as well.
I might have been tempted to go with the Starfire Shafts on the Scouts because the potentiality of the Glade Riders is not turning up when you need to have that flaming shot come through.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But the Glade Riders with their ambush are more likely to be in short range.
Yes.
Whereas the Scouts can get pushed back from what they really want to shoot at, things like that. Although the Scouts have more shots, so it's sort of bit of
it's a flip.
6 to 1, half dozen the other, really, isn't it? But yeah, the Glade Riders with those Starfire shafts, there to sort of strip regen, really, being the main one. You've also got the breath weapon from the Fire Dragon to strip regen as well.
Yeah, it does the flame breath weapon.
Yeah. Dryads, mainly there as a little bunker for the Branch Wraith and to protect those Glade Guard from anything that gets a bit too close.
I think if you do buff them up as well, they do become a bit of a nightmare to get rid of.
Yeah, with the life magic, you're looking at sort of flesh to stone, regrowth. Yeah, regrowth to just grow them back. They can actually be really difficult to get through.
I mean, if you do
certainly quickly.
If you do stick the Branch Wraith in there, you've got the option to take regen as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously the dragons,
dragons,
using the mobility of them to sort of get behind your opponent's units, your opponent's big threats, and then making your opponent make bad decisions about how to deal with them. It's like, do I go forward towards the Glade Guard and the sort of the main line and then get charged in the rear by dragons? Do I turn around and face the dragons and get shot from his main line and then the dragons jump over me again? So it's certainly a tricky list to deal with.
The young fire dragon's a bit of a meh sort of thing.
Yeah, it is only a 5's dragon.
Which isn't all that hard to deal with.
It's the only way you can get 2 dragons.
Kevin Haar's, he's a bit more pain, and the Great Black Dragon, as we know, Star Dragon is just a nightmare.
Yeah, very good. We were talking about Dev actually, weren't we? Our Trial by Combat Star Dragon.
And I want people to know out there, Chris Howe's the one that brought this dragon meta.
He did seemingly start the dragon meta, weirdly.
Yeah, Chris Howe.
With Wood Elves as well.
You just, why would you do that? Now everyone's got to deal with this.
Everyone's got to deal with your dragons. But you can actually see Steve using this list in game, I want to say 3?
2!
Is it game 2?
2.
I think you're right, actually. I think it is game 2. It's game 2 or 3. With the live stream that we've got over on YouTube. So you can go check that out. And he was playing Matt Passfield, so he's a previous Triple Crown GT winner with his Demons of Nurgle. It's a really good game, actually.
Literally about to say, guess what Matt was using?
It was a really good game, actually. I would highly recommend going and checking it out. Did have a little bit of audio issues as Steve kept knocking his microphone off, but you know we'll let him off. It was a tense game, and yeah, managed to come third with what I would say is quite a non-traditional Wood Elf list.
I think for a very long time he was in the running for winning the entire event, but then he came up against his second wall and got game 5.
He did, however, pass the 6-up ward save on his tree man from a spell cannon.
From a flame cannonball. Or a spirit away that cannonball.
He was very pleased about it. I went and saw him afterwards and he was very pleased.
Oh dear.
But yeah, overall, I really like the sort of how different this list is. I like Nestor and Arahan. I've always thought they were sort of okay. Never amazing, just
they're
sort
very
of
expensive.
okay.
I've just seen they're 495 points on our way.
They are. I think you pay I want to say it's 250 or 260 for Kethin Har, and the points of Gwyndalor, the Eagle that they can come on, is included in their points.
Yeah, Gwyndalor's, I think on the armor list he's free.
Yeah. So yeah, they are sort of basically 500 points on the dragon, but it does mean you can have a 3 dragon. You could have a 4 dragon Wood Elf army. Take a dragon in your Lord slot. I mean, wild. You've got no wizards really at that point.
I mean, spell singers can't go on the forest dragons can.
Shame.
Why?
I don't know. It'd be cool if they could.
But
they can't.
Only Chaos Sorcerer Lords are badass enough to
apparently
to go onto a dragon.
Apparently so. And dragon mages and archmages on dragons.
Oh, pansy those. They're elves. I may have
and sorceresses.
They're all elves, mate.
The other elves, just not Wood Elves. This is not fair. This is not fair.
You don't have a Wood Elf army.
I did. And I want it back, but that's not the point.
Big sass.
So well done, Steve, with your Wood Elves. We're digressing. Coming in third, I think very impressive. Obviously, Steve, a very good player, getting the most out of what looks like, I would think, maybe not so much with the 3 dragons, but I think if you glance at this list, you think, oh, that shouldn't be too hard to deal with. There's nothing like that big. The 5's dragon isn't that hard to deal with. Most relatively sort of middling combat blocks will probably kill a young dragon. The great dragon obviously is a big concern, and the middle dragon.
It's a lot of hard stuff to get through.
That's the thing. I think when you actually look at it, you go, actually, yeah, there's a stubborn tree man, there's a 6's dragon, a 7's dragon, probably a toughness 8 unit of dryads.
Yeah.
And it all just dances around you.
Yeah.
So really hard to get the points off of. Moving on then to second place. And another plus list, not quite as big, +5 this time.
Still relatively big though.
Still a big plus, yeah. Second place as well, really well. James Irwin with his Bretonia.
Big Brett's.
Big Brett. So,
Big Brett's coming second place.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
I know, they've definitely top 3'd before. I don't know if they've come as high as second. They've definitely not won it before. Don't know if they've come as high as second, but they have top 3'd, I'm sure. They have, yeah, it was a while ago. Like, bear in mind, we're on Triple Crown, what, 8 at this point? 7?
8 or 9. It's not 7.
It's a lot. But yeah, so the list, we've got Bretonian Lord with Charm Shield, Dragon Main Gem, Sword of Swift Slaying, Other Tricks to Shard, Virtue of Heroism, and a Royal Pegasus.
Classic.
Prophetess, level 4 on Beasts with a Power Stone and on a Barded Warhorse. We've got 3 Paladins in the hero slot. So the first one's on a Warhorse with a Lance, the Luck Stone, and the Enchanted Shield. So 1 up, reroll his first failed save.
Is it 1 up?
Yeah.
Heavy
Enchanted
armor.
Shield.
Barded. Yes, yeah.
It's a 1 up.
Yeah.
Rerolling your first failed save. Second Paladin has got a shield, the Gromwell Great Helm, Sword of Might, and the Virtue of the Impetuous Knight. Again, 1 up arm save, rerolling all your failed saves this time. And the third one's the BSB with a shield, a lance on a Barded Warhorse with the Dawnstone and the Dragon.
That's another 1 up.
Another 1 up. I did forget to say the other Paladin also, that second Paladin also had a horse. I just forgot to mention that he did also have a horse.
That's 3 1 up arm save, re-rolling.
Yeah, one of them does only reroll the first one.
I mean, you can't have it all. You can't have it all.
There is no physical way to get a third reroll all of your fail saves.
Lord of Heavens.
Yeah, but only rerolls once.
Yeah, you got 1 up arm save.
Yeah, and if it's like a piercing, you've got 3 up arm
It's
save.
3 up, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
In core, we've got 11 Knights Errant with Musician, Standard, and Banner of Swiftness, and 15 Knights of the Realm, Standard Musician, and Banner of Eternal Flame.
That's a meaty unit of knights.
I really like those size units of knights. We've seen before some people take sort of 6s and 9s, really small, almost like sort of fire and forget missiles.
Yeah.
I really, really like the big, long lances. Get the characters in there, really punch. I think he run all of those paladins in the front of those Knights of the Realm.
How do you deploy it?
Sideways, I imagine. But it was either them or it was the Knights Errant, I can't remember. But I know they were all in one lance, so they just made a wall of characters.
I'd imagine the Virtue of the Impetuous Knight Paladin will probably go into the Knights Errant.
Possibly. I mean, it doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to, no. But
No.
It
In fact, it might have been the Knights Errant because I imagine his Prophetess was in there as well, which would have made it another 15 model lance. So it's probably in the Errants. 2 big lances, though. In special, 2 units of 5 mounted yeomen with no upgrades and a unit of 9 questing knights. Rare, we had 2 field trebuchets, 9 ground knights with standard musician and the gleaming pennant, and a single unicorn.
That's
from
lot of knights.
Compendium.
That is a lot of
knights. A lot of knights. Only 1 wizard, no scrolls.
No scrolls, no silver mirror, no ruby. What is it? Ruby goblet.
Yeah, ruby goblet. I don't see too many people take that. To be fair.
Well, that's the one on the top. You get spell dice, isn't it?
Oh no, that's the Chalice of Mafleur.
What's Ruby Goblet do?
Ruby Goblet is once you're wounded, you can't be wounded on better than a 3+.
That applies to the unit, doesn't it?
Yeah. But most stuff doesn't wound you on a 2 anyway. It's only like cannons and stuff. Anyway, we're digressing.
There's 3, a lot of strength 5 stuff out there with wound on 2.
I just don't see the use. Anyway, we are digressing. I actually saw James playing a couple of games actually. Yeah, it was game 4 against the person who ended up winning the GT.
Yeah.
It was a really, really tough game actually. It looked like it anyway. But I didn't really see what the Questing Knights did, so I assume they died pretty quick. Because I came over at sort of turn 2 or 3 and I didn't see them anywhere. So.
They got a 2 up arm saving and shooting.
They do.
And they have 2 attacks, 2 strength 5 attacks apiece on the charge.
Yeah.
They do quite a lot. So what's
I imagine because of the 9 he was running them in a sort of 3x3 lance.
Yeah.
That's how I'd run them in 9.
What would that be? 2, 4, 6,
16, 17 attacks.
Not
Strength 5 attacks.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible. It's the fact they've only got a 3 up armor saving combat.
Yes. Yeah.
And they go last. There's lots of issues with
they
that.
they are your 5 forget missile in this list.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 field trebs is always quite scary.
You've got the range of the trebs. You've got that HKB Lord.
You've got the HKB Lord.
Which is the answer to any problem you could possibly have, to be fair.
Any big thing, as long as it's not as large as a monster.
Yeah. Even then, it still takes D6 wounds.
Still takes D6 wounds. You roll
You roll 2, you could kill it.
I roll 2 6s, 2d6 wounds! Yeah, Sword Swift Lion, OTS, Virtual Area.
And the level 4 on Beast with Savage Beast potentially as well, giving you another 3 attacks.
I think I run something very similar in Triple Crown 1. I did Bretonian Triple Crown 1. And I did run like a HKB, a bunch of Paladins and level 4 on Beast, just to go.
You didn't come top 3.
I didn't come top 3. I did HKB at Doomballer. That was quite fun. That was quite good. Yeah, it was just the sort of similar idea. You just bubble, cursor, Savage Beast, and everything's like mega strong. Right.
And OTS on him as well, the Trickster Shard, because he's on that peg, so he's not got to worry about causing his own knights to reroll the ward saves. And then when you do get those HKBs through, you don't want them passing a cheeky ward. You want to give yourself the best chance of actually killing.
I mean, on the without the Savage Beast or sort of Wizards of Artform, he is basically just fishing for 6s.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing else he's going for. He's just going for 6s.
The only thing I think is missing from this Bretonian Lord build is the Cuirass of Fortune, really, and he's gone for the Charm Shield instead of it, which I get because he's on a peg.
Cuirass of reroll ones?
Reroll 1s to wound, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got 5 attacks on the charge.
Yeah.
So if you hit with all of them, which isn't unheard of with, Web
Skill 6.
Web Skill 6 with Always Strikes First. So very likely re-rolling unless you're up against another character or like an elf or something.
Yeah.
Not unheard of. It then gives you an almost statistical guarantee of getting a 6. And I just really like that. Especially because there's no heavens for the reroll 1s to wound from the spell.
Yeah, he hasn't got any like secondary wizard or anything like 2s or anything like that. Yeah, I quite like it. I think it's...
But I mean, look, he came second, so it obviously worked out well for him.
I mean,
what do I know?
I look at it and think, you surely can't fit that many knights in 2,500 points, but obviously it did.
Obviously you can, yeah.
Because Scott checked it, unless Scott...
Yeah, I did. No, it's the, you've not got a second wizard, or third wizard, some people take 3. The yeomen are as cheap as anything. The unicorn costs basically nothing.
16 points for
unicorns.
That's a really good piece of chaff as well.
Very good for an army that lacks chaff and needs chaff. It's also 5-up ward save MR2. So not easy, not super easy to get rid of chaff either.
Not with magic missiles anyway.
Even shooting 5-up ward save. It's small enough you can hide it behind stuff. Yeah. And you don't need it to be chaffing.
Moving 10.
Chaffers be chaffing.
Or what this list does miss out
on. It's also strength 5 on the charge.
Is 5 flying Pegasus or breath weapons.
No, let's just not go there.
We're not going to go down that road again.
No, we're not. We're just going to scroll down my list and go on to our first place, our winner of the May 2023 GT, Mr. Steve Toll, with his Dark Elves at a -4.
Yeah, so we literally dropped 9 comp points.
Yeah.
From second place to first, we dropped
14 from third to first. and Steve still managed to come first with 6 points clear.
6 points clear, yeah.
6 points clear of second and third, who both were on 103 after gaming, painting, sportsmanship, all of that, and comp. And the only thing that split James and Steve Trigg was their victory points. James was slightly ahead on victory points.
Well, people didn't realise that Triple Crown May GT 2023, you got to pay the toll, baby.
You've got to pay the toll. You've got to pay the toll.
And there were three tolls.
All on -4 lists.
They were. And
they got some big snipes.
They were all up there, in the top 10, I think.
The second Wall of Nurgle was Sam Toll.
Yeah, I could not remember which one.
Yes, Jack had Warriors. Yeah, so it was Sam Toll that Steve Trigg played as his second Wall of Nurgle and passed the cheeky 6-up ward on his Tree Man.
And that was game 5.
Game 5, yeah, on table 4, I think. So up there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Table 4.
We count me out in the horse.
Yeah,
I did the same thing.
But yeah, like Big Steve.
Yeah, Big Steve taking it home.
Big Daddy Toll.
So, onto his list then. He's got a Dreadlord as his general, on a Dark Steed with heavy armour, Lance, the Sea Dragon Cloak and a shield. He's got the Cloak of Twilight and the Obsidian Trinket, the Dreadlord of many cloaks.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cloaks in that one.
He's also got Morothai.
Big Mozza.
Obviously. Heroes, we've got a Death Hag BSB on a Cauldron of Blood, no other upgrades, keep her quite cheap. And then a Master. He's on a Dark Pegasus with heavy armour, Sea Dragon Cloak, Charm Shield, Dawnstone and Sword of Might. So, which was interesting actually when I was reading the list, because I was like, I think I'd have put the Cloak of Twilight on that Master.
I was literally just thinking I would have put the Cloak of Twilight on the Master.
Yeah. Because as much as it's not bad on the Dreadlord for the killing blow, the multiple wounds, it's good.
But it's the 3 of Ward
It's the 3 of Ward save. Yeah.
I might be tempted to put on a Dark Pegasus, just swap it around a little bit.
Because you've got the Obsidian Trinket, and obviously as you'll see later, this Dreadlord goes in Doomfire Warlocks. He's not just running around on his own.
Yeah.
So you've got the Obsidian Trinket for them, which also gives him a 5-up ward against spells.
Does it? Obsidian Trinket's
MR2.
MR1.
Oh, it's the Trinket, MR1.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it gives him a 6-up ward.
It gives a Doomy a threat ward.
It's a threat ward, yeah. So yeah, I potentially would have sort of swapped them around, but I didn't win a Triple Crown GT.
Exactly. I might have swapped the entire loadout, possibly. I mean, Cloak Twilight is 50 points. That's all you get on a Master.
Yeah.
So having a Dawnstone sword, maybe not the Sword of Might. I might go on for the Ogre Blade.
I just kept the Lance, to be honest. I think you could throw that unit into like a Botwood unit then.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'd have probably kept the Lance.
I mean, Dreadlord, unless you're only taking Dreadlord just purely for the Leech of 10 bubble. Sorry, you've got Mozzo for that as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
those Dreadlords.
I would have thought the Dreadlord would have been the general because Mozzo either goes down the aisle or gets shot off the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I probably would have dropped Sword of Might and Obsidian Trinket and just given him a ward save.
Yeah, I can see it.
Or up that to MR2.
But we can't chat because we
didn't win a GT with it, so what do we know?
And when we were competing in the Triple Crown GTs, none of us won it.
No.
Neither of us won it.
No,
the highest I ever came was 3rd.
I have no idea. I can't remember, but probably not as high as 3rd.
Baby! And then I came last one year with Karos.
You did, yeah. I still don't really understand how you did that. Anyway, core, 5 Dark Riders with a standard bearer, repeated crossbows and shields, 10 Dark Shards with a standard bearer with the Banner of Eternal Flame, 29 Witch Elves with full command and the Razor standard.
Naturally.
War Hydra with Fiery Breath in special, 9 Doomfire Warlocks with a champion, and a Magma Dragon in rare.
Yeah, so it's just the middle Magma Dragon.
The middle one.
So strength 6, toughness 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really interesting to see all of the top 3 lists use Monsters Compendium in some sort of way.
James
had the Unicorn. Steve Toll has the Magma, and Steve Trigg has the 2 dragons. The Ubla Dragon.
I mean, we saw a lot of dragons.
We did, and this is also another Highlander list.
Yeah, a lot of Highlander, a lot of dragons. I mean, this has to be Highlander because there's a lot of negatives in it.
There are, yeah. That Magma's 3, I think, on his own.
2, 3, 4 it goes up, does it? For
yeah,
Magnus?
I think so. I think he's 3. The Doomfires are another one. The Hydra's plus.
Moz's 3.
Morathrace 3. Avoids the comp on the Witch Elves. Just. With the Cauldron.
No,
that's another one.
No dispel, no auto dispel.
No auto dispel. That is a. But I think you can get away with it with elves, to be honest.
Unless you come up against something, let's say Dwellers Below or Arntle's Black
Maybe,
Horror.
yeah. Maybe. And then obviously you've got Final Transportation as well, which is it just turns a 30 a unit into gold statues.
Always funny when your big old Quarter of Blood turns to a giant gold statue.
But to be honest, you've got Morathite, so you could just, if you come up against someone who's got a Life Wizard,
you
or
kill that wizard.
A Dark Wizard, or a Metal Wizard, you just go, I'll take 1 on death, and I'll take Spirit Leech. I'm leadership 10, let's roll the dice. Let's see
what happens,
Let's see what happens. And she can do that every turn on, 1 dice.
Yeah, she gets 4 plus D3.
Yeah.
Why? I don't care. I just don't care.
No, she only gets the plus D3 when she's on dark.
No,
she gets the +1 on dark. She gets a D3 on everything.
Yeah. She's basically level 5 on dark. Well, not level 5. She gets 5 to cast plus D3. She's ridiculous.
She is ridiculous.
Don't get why she gets so much to cast.
I worked out she can 1 dice every spell in the lore of dark, bar the last one, by Ansballs. And she only misses that by 1 if she maxes out her pluses. Madness. Absolute madness. Anyway, a really solid list.
It's up there with Dark Elf list though.
Yeah, it's
got some variation.
It's got some tweaks. You've not got the second unit of Dark Riders.
You've not got execs.
Not got Executioners, which you sort of really are dropping for the Magma Dragon.
Yeah.
You've not got any secondary wizard with a scroll, but you do have a master on a peg. So you sort of swap them around.
Yeah.
And a Dreadlord, which you do see sometimes. Sometimes you see a Dreadlord, sometimes you see a Fleet Master for the plus. But it's got all the sort of... Really, it hits all of the main points for Dark Elf List A, doesn't it? You've got Morathai. You've got...
The Witches.
Big block of Witches with a Cauldron.
You got the supporting units to the side and Doomfire Warlocks.
You've got the Warlocks. You've got a monster in there, which is nice. Not always in
You've got two monsters in there.
Well, yeah. I mean the War Hydra.
Yeah. Which is yet another breath weapon as well.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Magma
You
Dragon.
really like your breath weapons, don't you?
I just see him everywhere I go now. Everywhere I go, all I see is him.
First and third had breath weapons. Had at least 2. Third had 3.
Yeah. Yeah, madness. See, people should listen. Breath weapons are the way to go, mate. The meta. Shift from dragons, go breath weapons. Go Pegasus.
No one is buying a unit of 5 Pegasus.
Why not?
To just do 10d6 strength 2 hits in combat.
No, you buy yeah, exactly.
No.
You buy 10 Pegasus, so you have 2 units of 5. It's 20d6.
And you charge me into the same unit, front and flank, just absolutely obliterate anything.
Could you imagine?
I hope you do that and roll no 6s.
Oh, no, you don't do it in combat, mate. You just fly to the side, just drop 5. You just drop 5 templates. Honestly, but I shifting away from that. I do feel like that we are seeing a prevalence of like big monster lists like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's no artillery.
Yeah.
People don't take artillery more.
Yeah, I think that is really interesting.
You be wilding out there. You're not taking artillery.
Yeah, I think it will, and I don't think it will take much for us to get back to, which I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but I think it's interesting at least that a game that hasn't been supported by its parent company for however long, the meta does still shift and it changes and it moves.
There's no like big shift in terms of which army's on top anymore.
No,
it's just
not as much.
What kind of lists themselves.
Yeah, because I do think if you started seeing, you know, demons with double skull cannon, if you started seeing dwarves, empire with cannons,
I mean,
a lot more.
As you said, I don't know how excited I would be to go back to the dark age of Artillery Hill.
I think it would. I don't think it'd take long once it went sort of was edging towards that for people to then stop taking the monsters and then that to not be so good again and then it change again. And I think it could get into a really interesting place where actually you don't know what the meta is anymore because, well, last tournament, you know, 3 months ago, this, you know, dragon spam did really well, and then 2 months ago or 6 weeks ago, actually loads of artillery did really well. So now, is it going to be dragons again? Is it going to be, you know, no big monsters but no artillery, stuff that deals with artillery really well?
Are we going to go into the age of the like big, deep units of like 30 infantry?
Yeah.
Could go there. That'd be quite interesting. So I wouldn't mind seeing like 3 or 4 units of big 30-man infantry pods, which would be really nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, you say that all the time with Undead, but
you do
no one else really.
But say you know, something that's actually no good or decent.
Whoa, vampires are good.
Well, no, I didn't say the army wasn't good. I just said the unit itself.
No, I mean the vampire lords are good.
Yes,
the
they go into said unit.
Graveguard are alright.
But yeah, I do feel like that. And if you are coming to the June GT,
which will be about 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks from when this comes out.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. That you may be seeing the big dragon meta.
You may be seeing a lot of dragons,
and you
maybe want to bring some war machines.
Might want to bring some war machines. At the time of recording, you got 2 days till list submission.
You have 2 days. Not the time of recording. Time
of release.
You got a week at the time of recording, but that doesn't help you.
No, helps us. Means that we get to get ready. But yeah, you got 2 days to think about that sort of thing. So I think that
could be interesting. I wonder if we'll change the meta, going through these lists and saying what we've said.
We have that power? We have the control. Yeah, I do think that you should consider it. So I know a lot of armies don't have access to war machines.
Yeah.
And every army has access to the Monsters Compendium.
Yeah, that is very true.
So it
every
could be
army
out
has
there.
access to a magma dragon at the end of the day.
Yeah, they do.
But I mean, yeah, they've got a ward against flaming, haven't they, magma dragons?
Yeah, 2 up.
Yeah. So the skull cannons aren't as good against them.
Is this the Rise of the Ogre?
Could be. I forgot ogres had cannons. Yeah.
Is it the Rise of the Ogre?
Could be the Rise of the Ogre.
It's the age of dragon is over. The
time of the ogre is here.
The time of the ogre has come.
Yeah. Just start straight 10 grape shotting dragons. Can you imagine?
Someone did grape shot something at the event.
Madness.
No, what was it? Oh, yeah, that's it. Skull cannon grape shot in Morify. I bet I walked over and someone's piss on grape shot in a skull cannon Morify.
Why? What? I mean, maybe if she had 1 wound left, I could see it.
I mean, I just thought it was funny. She's like, absolutely just.
Did it kill him?
I walked away before they did.
Oh.
I'm not going to stand there.
If that was you, whatever game that was, let us know because I really want to know.
Did grape shot something?
Hilarious.
I believe it was a skull cannon. It was definitely a skull cannon. So I was like, can skull cannon?
Yeah, because someone asked me if the skull cannon's grape shot is still flaming. because
I'm still under the impression it just. My question was, can it even grape shot?
yeah, all cannons can grape shot.
But
You don't have to have a specific rule.
But it has a
grape
price
shot.
of the skull cannon shoots with this profile.
Yeah.
But their cannons
the grape shot rules under cannon say instead of shooting the cannon normally,
okay.
you may blah blah blah.
Is it still flaming? Is it? Or is
Well, I'd argue no, it's not still flaming because it's on the profile that you shoot the skull cannon that it says flaming.
Maybe that's how skull cannons deal with magma dragons and they just grape
They
shot.
just grape shot them.
I mean, I think the plot lets Bliss skill 5, mate. Remember all the core stuff, it works the same as a Bliss skill. Bliss skill 5 actually comes into effect.
Yeah, but it is on 6s to win that magma dragon.
Yeah, well,
I think I'd rather just hope they roll a 1.
you got the same odds of it happening. But yes, the top ogres, Empire,
Dwarves,
Chaos Dwarves.
Yeah.
Could see Chaos Dwarves a lot more.
Yeah, they don't have the sort of traditional artillery in the sense they don't have cannons. Like
Those cannons, but they have access to a lot of stone throwers.
They do, to be fair, yeah.
And they have access
and good stone throwers, hell cannons as well.
hell
They're not
cannons,
bad.
Dreadquake mortars.
Yeah, the Death Shrieker rockets, they're sort of stone throwers.
They're demo rocket. They got their demo rocket as well, which is stone thrower cannonball.
Yeah.
And you got the magma cannon, which is we saw a couple of troll units out there as well, which magma cannons are just devastating for trolls.
Devastatingly good. And Beast Nurgle.
They are fight war safe. And it's 4-0 force.
Yeah, they also have 4 wings. But
Yes.
good to get through the region. Anyway, that is, I think, where we're going to leave it. That was us. We're, I think, interesting, all of these lists. One of them, I think, is more traditional than the other two for sort of top list, being the Dark Elves, but still some changes in there. Swapping out those XX for the Magma Dragon obviously worked out really well. And yeah, like we say, we wonder if this will now change what we're going to see in a couple of weeks' time at the June GT. But we will wait and see what the lists look like when they come in, and of course who comes out on top.
Get your powder ready, boys.
Don't grape shot things. Thank you for joining us here in the Triple Crown Wargaming studio. Make sure you go over to YouTube. Check out those live streams from the May GT. While you're there, check out all the other videos we've got on YouTube. And then maybe, why not treat yourself? Treat yourself. Go to triplecrownwargaming.com, pick up a subscription, get all of those videos over there as well.
We haven't made 300 plus videos.
There's a lot of videos. But thank you for joining us. We're going to leave it there for today, and we will see you next time.
Remember to tag your friends and like, subscribe and share. Then head over to triplecrownwargaming.com and become a Knight of the Realm today.
What are you doing, mate?
You alright?
Do it for Warhammer!